Hey, good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, depending on where you are located in the world. My name is Christian Jengro, and I'm partnered with my beautiful wife tonight, and we'll be hosting. And we're hosting from Daytona Beach, Florida. It's always a pleasure and an honor to be able to share the story of God Backup. So, just before we begin here, folks, just want to remind you, would love to hear where you're coming from here, folks. I see here Michelle. Great to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have Andres. Welcome from South Africa. Welcome, Sylvie from Quebec. Bienvenue. And I know as we keep going here, some folks are going to be sharing where they are signing in from. So, Tammy, why don't we share with the audience how did we get introduced to God Backup?
Yeah, for sure. First of all, I just wanted to say welcome, everybody. And I know people are just joining us in the moment right now. So we just wanted to just say hello to everybody and welcome all of you. And Chris and I, we've been in the industry of the network marketing space for many, many years, 25 plus years. Absolutely loving it. Absolutely love the fact that we helping people worldwide to build a business so that they could be at home with their families. That's the bottom line, is to have more freedom and by controlling your hours, right? And so Chris and I, we have known the owner of GotBackup for many, many years. And back in the Gatineau days, and I know he's from Gatineau, and we he was telling us about Got Back Up, new project, and this was about 2 years ago. And we said, yeah, sure, we'll have a look at it. Services are such a big thing today, and he was so successful building online business where we were always building belly to belly, the network marketing way. And anyways, make a long story short is, oh my gosh, what you're going to see tonight is exactly what we saw. And we caught the vision of the bigger picture and hopped on board. And it's been 2 years now. It's been very, very
Absolutely.
exciting, building
Absolutely.
globally, and it's been a lot of fun.
Absolutely, folks. And the reason why we really decide to get a lot to move along with this business venture, it's because for many years, we were being told that the future of MLM, the future network marketing, it's digital services. And when Joel talked to us about a cloud service, which we know that data today is the new oil, we saw a huge opportunity to empower families globally. And the reason for this is Tammy and I, as Tammy mentioned, we've been in network marketing for many, many years, and we've built a friendship all over the planet. And we know that today, the economy is a little rough for many. And we saw an opportunity where everyone could be included into this. So there's possibilities for massive growth, and we saw the possibilities for success. In fact, we're right in momentum right now. It's amazing the kind of business that's coming in. People are ranking up very fast. So, I see this as an opportunity to turn your dreams into reality. Looking at these pictures here, I love the picture where the father's kind of showing off the set of keys because he just bought this brand new home, and you can see the family's excited to move in, and that these are things that I think a lot of us could relate, depending on the age that you're in. And the other thing also important to keep in mind is it's important to sharpen the saw to be able to take vacation and time off. It'd not be a nice concept to be able to take vacation where we want to go and not where we can afford going. You know what I mean? It's something that could really, really impact that for you. What about bringing new families to the member? We know today that groceries, the cost of diapers and baby food, I mean, it's skyrocketing. So what if that was not an issue for you? Or what about retirement? All of us have worked for years and we want to live from the fruit of our labor. But we understand today that things have changed quite a bit. And maybe the nest egg that you built for yourself may not be as strong as it used to be. So this could be an opportunity for you to feed that again, to have a more relaxed retirement so you can actually keep growing that retirement. And this is why Tammy and I got really excited about the opportunity.
Yeah, and it's all about empowering families, helping people, average people. Chris and I are just average people. Anybody who gets to know us, we're just average people who just made a decision that we were going to live an above average lifestyle by helping as many people as we can to achieve their goals and their dreams. And that's what it's all about. So if you have a great work ethic and you want to jump on board, this is the opportunity. I can't believe how many people are joining right now, Chris. It's unbelievable.
Absolutely. So what's happening here, folks, is the company began in 1997 from Gatineau, Quebec. Tammy mentioned that earlier. This is where we met Joel. And I remember him telling me that they needed to move in Texas to be able to find an area where the fiber optic was large enough to be able to support the growth that they were seeing in Gatineau, Quebec, which that city where he was in Elmer couldn't support more growth, even if they would add more fiber optic, which they would be responsible to pay for some of that. They would reach the cap. And when he reached the cap, then that would be it. And that's where Joel says, well, we can't accept that. And that's why they moved into a 10,000 square feet data center, which, by the way, this is paid in full. This is a debt-free company. That is very, very interesting, very, very important, especially in today's economy. So instead of me telling you all about it, let's listen to the owner, Joel Terrien, from the back end on exactly what it is that is in store for us. Let's check this out together.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I wanna explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm gonna code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So a couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have, hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect to security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security. It's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure.
So again, that was just give you a taste of what's going on behind the scene. Let's just wait here for my screen to come back up. Here we go. And the thing, folks, here is that there's two global trends that we want to share with you here. You know, if you're an investor or you invest in equity or businesses, there's always indicators that are telling you that this is a good place to invest your time and money. And folks, the money is so little, but investing your time, it's a very important time. And the reason for that is because the data is the new oil here, folks. And we want to share with you some information that I think can help you illustrate what I'm talking about. So Tammy, let's talk about the first trend.
Absolutely. So trend number one, almost 15 billion smartphones in the world today. And what is everybody doing? They're filling up their devices and getting those messages constantly that they need to keep paying for more. So when Chris and I saw this, it was like a light bulb went on, because we know the masses are always on their phones. So which equals for all of us who are looking at this today is it's a financial opportunity if you can catch the vision of this.
Absolutely. And stick around to the end here, folks, because we're going to show you how I'm organized. And it's amazing how the cloud is evolving. It's really exciting. But let's go back to the slide here. You're looking at the percentage of mobile traffic from 2011 to 2023. I know that's a bit an older slide, but I want you to pay attention to the growth, the curve here, from 6% in 2011 to 60%, 10 times in 2023. Let's look at a slide that's a bit more up to date. These are size of cloud storage market worldwide from 2022 to 2030, folks. If you're looking for an indicator where the money is going right now, here's what the predictions are. And I think this is very conservative. 90 billion in revenue in 2022 and close to $500 billion. And I think it'll be much higher than that. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 3/4 by 2030, folks. It is massive, and that gives you a great opportunity to tap into something that is absolutely growing. And one of the reasons for that is our cell phone addiction. Let's cover that, Tammy.
Yeah. We say cell phone addiction because everybody, we can't live without it, right? In today's world, everything, you can do everything on your devices. I know Chris and I, we're here in Florida right now. We'll be back in Toronto in a few weeks, and in Canada. And
actually a month from now.
Yeah, we keep an eye on our property all the time, just from our device, right? And we use them for alarm clocks. We use it to, for everything, honestly.
Everything.
YouTube is something that I'm always on. So I'm always on my phone. If I need to learn something really quick, I go to YouTube. And I know that always a habit for me, especially because we're in business, if I leave my phone somewhere, I always go back and get it. I don't know about you, but I always go back and get my phone, is because there's always something going on. We're building a global business, which is a lot of fun, of course.
And because of this, folks, is the data loss is a growing concern. I mean, 45% of cell phone users have accidentally damaged their cell phones or lost their data. Think about this, folks. This device over here contains every single piece of information, pictures. These are pieces of your soul that if it's stuck in here one way and you lose this device, folks, that is not pleasant. That's why the cloud storage is so important. 5,700 screens are cracked every hour. Laptops, cell phones stolen every 43 seconds. Listen, I would hate to lose the device because they're expensive, but the memories that are in there, they're priceless, folks. You can't get them back. So here's another message that's quite irritating. Would you agree?
Yeah, and people are getting these messages more and more often, all the time, because again, we're living in a world of information. People are filling up their phones, and nothing worse than having to either go take the time to go through to get rid of information or important memories, or you start to pay more. So when we saw the value of what Joel has to offer, it was such a no-brainer, and you're going to get to know it in a few seconds.
Absolutely. And I want to recognize the folks from Ghana, in Nigeria, in South Africa, folks. the time zone is really off here, and I really appreciate that you guys are up so late monitoring this and watching this live. Really appreciate, love you guys, and I thank you for everybody joining us here this evening. And folks, the second trend that we talked about here is making more money. Folks, this is a really interesting and easy way to make extra money at a price point that everyone can afford. Looking here at 42% of Americans have side businesses today. Generation Z, 62%, 18 to 25. These are our kids. What about the rest of the world, folks? This is what's going on. And this can be done in a part-time basis. You can leverage these global trends with GotBackup. That's what we want to share with you here. Tammy, let's talk a little bit about our product right now, what people get.
Yeah, so you get 6 terabytes of data storage. You have on your account, you have 5, you can add 5 additional members, and you're even able to decide how much storage you're going to give per person, which is really cool. That was just a recent update, a few months back, Chris.
Yeah.
And unlimited devices, all of that for $10 a month. It's actually $9.97. But the kicker was the home-based business, because there's no company out there that offers this service in the home-based industry. And Chris and I have been in the industry for a long time. So that was like a huge eye-opener for us.
Absolutely, Tammy. And looking at our competitors here, the big three, iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive, they're all within the $10 margin, right? $9.99, we're $9.97, 2 terabytes, and within the same amount of users generally. But look at this, folks. We have here up to 6 users, including yourself, and you can have 6 terabytes, folks. Unlimited amount of devices. This is amazing. 6 terabytes. It's really, really good. So you pay $9.87 for this. Or you can do yearly, right? Yearly, it's $99.97. Look at our competitors, $360, $660, $260. And then again, folks, these prices might update, may change. Don't hold me on the exact amount, but I assure you that our prices are unbelievable for 6 terabytes. So that is really, really exciting. And there's so much more to this project, to this product, that you guys are not even aware of. So, Tammy, let's summarize a little bit of what we have here.
Yeah, so you get 6 terabytes, $9.97, and that includes up to 6 accounts, each one having their own private passwords and everything. So if you have your kids on, they have their own privacy with uploading their stuff. And you saw some of the video. If you missed the video on the setup, the backup, what they were sharing in terms of the office where everything is all set up, then great. And if you missed it, then you can always get the video from somebody who's on this session. So, and the most important thing, you guys, is it's a 30-day money-back guarantee, a $10 item, and everybody is using data storage. And I don't know anybody who would do the setup and go back to 2 terabytes for the same price, where you get 6 terabytes here. So that was really big for us.
So let me play a little video here, folks. There's 2 videos. One is to install it on your computer, to back up your computer, and the other one is to install it on your cell phone. So let me share with you how simple it is to install it on your cell phone. It's absolutely amazing. Let's check it out together.
This is a quick walkthrough of how to install your GotBackup app onto your mobile device. In this case, I'm using the Android Galaxy, but the process is the same also on an iPhone. So to download your app, there's 2 ways to do this. You can either come to the Play Store. On an iPhone, it's called just the App Store, and just search for GotBackup. And there it is. Or we could come to our members area and go to use this tool, and then you will see it here on your dashboard. So again, I'm using my Android device. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and it's going to take me to my Google Play Store. If you're on an iPhone, it will take you to your App Store on your iPhone device. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and open it. It's going to ask you to log into your account. Go ahead and allow all your notifications so it could let you know that everything's being uploaded properly, and go ahead and put in your unique ID. Once logged in, you will be asked to let GotBackup access your photos and videos on your mobile device. Select Allow. Without having to do anything, an Android upload folder was automatically created for me. Neat! If you are on an iPhone, the folder will be called iPhone Upload. Now, depending on how many photos and videos is on your device, your first backup might take some time. So it is highly recommended that your device is on a charger and is connected to Wi-Fi. It is a good idea to start your first backup in the evening and keep your GotBackup app open and let it back up overnight. One more thing I'd like to point out. If I tap on these three little lines on the top left corner and tap on Settings, you will see these three boxes under Monitor are automatically checked. Auto Upload will automatically upload all future photos and videos taken on your device to your GotBackup cloud. Camera Roll Upload will back up all existing photos and videos that are stored on your device to your GotBackup cloud. And Upload Only on Wi-Fi will only back up your data while connected to Wi-Fi. If you have an unlimited data plan, you can uncheck this. So if I come to my gallery, I'm going to have a slew of pictures from over the years. This is actually Joel's phone, so if I come to my albums, I have almost 1,400 pictures. Alright, so if I come to my app, come back to my menu and click Transfers, you're going to see all my pictures now are uploading. Since this might be a large upload at first and I have a low battery, it's highly recommended that you plug into a power source. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright, now that's finished. We can now see that our Android upload has all been categorized by what year these photos were taken. These were taken in 2021. And this was just recently. So that's pretty much it. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward.
It is so straightforward. It is so easy. And that's what I love about this. And folks, as we mentioned here, this is not just a cloud storage service, but it's also an opportunity for you to earn an income. And this is one of the only cloud service, I would say I'm trying to be conservative here because I don't want to assume, but I don't know of any service out there that will actually pay you for telling others about it. So the fact is, Tammy, let's show folks how simple it is and how much of an income people can generate with this.
Yeah, so we're going to focus on the first three because the rest are really bonuses. Chris will briefly go through that with you, but we're going to focus on the first because really that is the foundation of building. And the customer acquisition bonus, CAB, that's when somebody that you talk to and send a link to is interested in joining the business. If they come in at the $997, which is the monthly, you'll get 200% upfront. And if they decide to come in yearly, which a lot of people do, pay upfront for a year because they save a couple months of payments, you're going to get 50% upfront for the first month. And 25% if they decide they want to do any of the VIP, anything that's offered, you get 25% if they purchase that. And you can see at the bottom part is for customers. If somebody just wants to be a customer, which there's a lot of customers, by the way, if somebody wants to be a customer, you're going to get 25% ongoing. So let's share a couple examples, Chris, to make it really, really simple. And so let's say you have 20 people that just signed up, you get 200% upfront. And so we're going to round off the $997 to $10. So you're going to get $20 times 20 people, $400 in commission. And you're not limited, obviously, to the amount of people. There's so many people online that are signing up, tons of people in the company right now. And example for the customer, same thing, 20 people, 25%, $2.50 times 20 customers. And that's $50 ongoing every single month, which is phenomenal residual. But if you keep getting more customers, you're going to have more income.
Absolutely. And let's cover the other bonuses that are out there because they're really, really, really generous, folks. See, what Tammy explained to you, this is what's paid to you immediately. These are signups. 50% when someone signed up with 997, you almost get $50 per person. This is really, really good. Now, let me show you what happens on the back end as you start building a team here that are promoting GotBackup. There's a 2-team structure. Okay, they call it here the team tree. There's a left side and a right side. If you bring 10 people, well, you'll end up probably putting 5 on one side and 5 on the other to create a balance. Or if there's a side there's a lot more people, you may end up being 7 on one side and maybe 3 on the other. You know what I'm talking about. So what's happening here is indirect referral. That's someone that's above you, sharing the same leg as you. As you remember, there's only 2 sides. So if there's more than 2 people, they have to go on either one or the other side. Just as you see the indirect below the, the direct below the indirect, that's someone you sponsored that person you don't know of benefit from, just as you're benefiting from that person that someone else brought into the team. So let me explain to you how you earn from that. We call that the cycle bonus. They are 2 tiers. Tier 1 and Tier 2. And I'll come back to that at the end of the presentation, where Tier 2 is just a little bit more than double than Tier 1. You make more money for the same amount of work. So how does that work? Well, number one, you need to be active. Just as you're active when you have your Netflix, your Amazon Prime, your Disney Plus, whatever service you pay monthly, just like that. That you need to be active to qualify. Number 2 is you need to enroll 2 people. 1 person on your left team, 1 person on your right team. That's what you need to do. But to cycle, that's number 3. You need to have 6 people on your team, where at least 2 of them came from you personally, and the other ones could come in from the people you brought in, or maybe some spillover, because that happens often. So what happens here is the moment the system see that there is 6 people on a ratio of 4-2, that means that there's 4 people on one side and 2 people on the other. It doesn't matter what side that happens. So the question here is how many cycles you want to have. Well, as your team starts building, folks, it could become quite substantial. Quite substantial. Let me tell you, folks, it's amazing. Number 3, now pay attention to this one, because the company will reward you every time you sponsor someone to GotBackup. Whatever they earn in their cycles, you have the opportunity to earn a percentage that the company will send to you as a matching bonus. So, for example, you notice here when you're a Sapphire, you start earning these bonuses. So you can see here that you have $1,000. It doesn't mean that you're going to earn $1,000 when Sapphire. That's the cap. So, for example, let's say you sponsor me or Tammy or anyone here, and I've cycled 100 times. Well, what happens is that will be 25 cycles for you. So if cycle is worth X, well, that would be times 25. So this will be compounding over and above what you've earned in your cycles and the other bonuses that we haven't talked about yet. And this can go, folks, as you move up from Sapphire to Emerald to Diamond to Double and so forth. Look at the potential here, folks. I'm not saying you're going to make this money. What I'm saying, this is the ladder of possibilities for every single person you bring into the company if the people are duplicating the process. And that's why we do a lot of trainings to explain to you how to maximize this plan. Really, really exciting. And the other 4 that you see here, generation bonus, dynamic compression bonus, maybe that could be some, something that you're not familiar with here, folks. Listen, every time someone spends their $10, you have a percentage of that. And it's crazy. And that occurs when you become a goal. I'll explain to you a little bit later. In dynamic compression, it's as you move up in rank, you go deeper into the genealogy to accumulate all these little percentage of the $10 that are out there. And rank bonus pool, when you reach certain ranks, you start getting a bonus just for reaching the rank and maintaining it. And of course, there's also the leadership bonus that adds on to all of this. So tell me, let's summarize how simple it is to duplicate the system.
Yeah. So once you come in, you're going to bring 2 people, 1 on the left and 1 on the right. Chris showed you the 2-team structure. And then you want to go out and do the same thing and duplicate that within the organization and keep bringing people. There's so many people that don't know about GotBackup. So many people. I mean, we're just starting to hit another little level of momentum, which is super exciting, is just recent. But the key is simplicity. Everybody has busy lives. If you can keep something really simple, so many people can duplicate it. And that's our motto in Got Backup, is just to keep it simple.
I totally agree, folks. And again, it's just to duplicate the process here. And how do we get started, Tammy?
So it's a $20 annual fee to become a member to earn, and you either decide to do it monthly or you do it yearly. We highlighted yearly because a lot of people come in and just pay a year up front to save a couple months of payments.
Yes, and of course you're paying the one time and you're good for 12 months. It's really, really awesome. And it's also secures a business. It's really, 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 really cool. And folks, we are in 156 countries right now. See, we are serving 156 countries. This is where people are located. And remember, there's something like 196 countries in the world. I forgot the exact amount, 192 or so.
Yeah.
See, look how close we are to reaching the entire planet here, folks. I'm telling you, momentum is coming. Stay the course. This is absolutely going to explode. And folks, recognition and achievement is so important. Babies cry for it. Adults die for it. You know, these ranks I was telling you about earlier, where if you are a bronze, that means you sponsor one person. If you see copper, and I'll show you at the end where this is indicating your back office. If you see a copper on the top right corner when you log in, that's because you sponsor one person on your left, one person on your right. If you're a silver, that means that someone that you sponsored, or not even the person you sponsored, but someone that came from someone you sponsored became a copper. Boom, you're a silver. And as a goal, that means that you sponsored 5 people, and out of that, 3 became copper. It may not even be the ones that you sponsored. It could be someone that they brought in by someone you brought in. That will count also. And as long as there's 25 people total on your team, you are a goal. Now you start getting the generation bonus and all this stuff, all these nice bonuses that are offered. Folks, when you become a platinum, this is helping one more person becoming copper. Instead of 3, now you have 4. But now there's 40 people on your team. You see, it's not really hard to move on from a gold to platinum. But here's what it means to you. Instead of being on tier 1, now you're in tier 2. So you're more than doubling your cycling. So you're making more money just by moving from one to the other with the existing team. And as a sapphire, you're helping one more person to become copper, but now there's more people on your team. I think it's around 50 or so. And that's a combined effort of the team. Now what's happening here, folks, is now you start earning matching cycle. Do you see how this goes? So the more you help others building their businesses by helping them getting 2 people, one left, one on the right, the more you move up in rank, and the more you move up in rank, the more money you make that is available to you. And this keeps going, folks. It's really, really, really exciting. Tammy, let's talk about the support people get.
So you're going to have personalized referral links. You're going to have a personalized landing page, an email marketing system that's built into your back office with no additional cost. You have marketing tools, regular online presentations. Tonight is an example of one of them. There's many presentations going on right now in different parts of the world, different languages as well, which is super exciting. And there's team trainings going on. There's a lot of support available. And Chris and I do Saturday trainings for Got Backup at 10 a.m. every single Saturday. And that's to help people get started right, to know how to access their links, how to get their commission set up, all of that stuff to help people move forward in their business.
Absolutely, Tammy. So let's kind of move forward here, folks. Listen, this is the only product, let me rephrase that, the only company that offers an opportunity and a product that everyone needs, folks, in a business that everyone can afford. I remember when Tammy and I were in Nigeria and we were taking some pictures, and it's just a lot of fun. And a lot of associates, unfortunately, the camera was full, and you were asking me to use my camera to take a picture and then send it over WhatsApp so they can have a copy, right?
Even in the Philippines too. Yeah, I remember that.
All over, even in Toronto, Canada, we had a trade show, folks. And now you can dump let me rephrase that. You can transfer everything, not dump, transfer everything to your cloud, and you can start cleaning your camera, your cell phone. So now it's free of all the space to be able to do what especially if you have limited space. Folks, there's so many ways to look at this on how you can evolve. And I'll show you exactly how it's done. Just stick around. I'll show you my back office here and everything else. But folks, go to GotBackupLive.com. GotBackupLive.com. If you're not a member right now, go there and just enroll. Get started. The person and I'll show you exactly where these affiliate links are. the system recognizes who brought you in. It's so cool. It's so well done. So again, don't hesitate here, folks. Let's get started. Let's build this. Let's rock the boat with this. Let me share with you. Okay, let me just kind of remove this screen here. And I want to share with you my back office, how this looks. This is the back office. You can see here, your rank is over here. You click on that and it shows you your rank, okay? Now, from there, what's really important here, the very first thing you want to do when you sign up, you want to click use this tool. When you do that, it will take you to this page. You can see here that it's showing me the percentage of what I'm using on the cloud. And you can see here these buttons. You click on those, it will download the software on your computer or your Mac, PC or Mac, and you can watch the video here for installation, a bit more details over here. And you saw earlier the video for the iPhone. You can get it from your back office, but personally, just go to the Google Play Store or the Apple Store and just get your stuff there. Okay, just get the app there. Just look for GotBackup, and it'll come in. It does installation, and just again, watch the video if you're not sure what to do, because it really does everything for you. It's absolutely awesome. Here's something that's really, really cool. If you click on auto login, okay, or you can just go to gbucloud.com. The first time it's going to prompt you for your password. What you see here are 3 computers. This is the computer that I'm talking you through right now. There's 1.10 terabytes. As you can see, I do store a lot of data. And this over here is my computer at home in Toronto, Canada. The reason why the date was back in December is because the computer's been off, because we're not in Toronto right now. We're in Daytona Beach, Florida. So the computer's been off on that time. We left at 5 a.m. the next day to be here at Daytona Beach. And this here is the computer that I have. And again, I haven't used it for a while. So you can see here on April 22nd, that was yesterday. I think I transferred the file and boom, it took it and put it on the cloud. It's very, very simple. And here's a feature that's coming very soon. I know we're just very close to announce this. The reason why I have this button here is because I'm testing it. If you click on this button, what happens, it shows my computer. So you can see here, this is my computer and all of my files, my desktop, my documents, my download, I have a directory here called GotBackup, which I keep everything, my libraries, my movies, everything is backed up here. And then from there, you can access all your stuff. Is not awesome, right? It is so, so, so cool.
It keeps things so organized. I absolutely love that, because before I used to have Dropbox, and, you know, I had some stuff on Google Drive, like everything was kind of all over the place. And now it's just so simple. Everything's in one spot. Yeah.
You can see here, I actually happen to have an iPhone. So that's where it says iPhone upload instead of Android upload. So you click on that. You can see all my pictures from all these years. In 2024, I'm going to use this year because that's a full year from January to December. It's all there. If you look in 2025, I say we just started. We're mid-April now or close to. So what's happening here is all the files are here. All my pictures are up to date all the time. All the time. It's so cool. And here's something really interesting. You can collaborate and share. Folks, you can drag some files in your directory into this window here, and it will transfer it automatically. And then you can collaborate and share. What do I mean by that? If I click on this and I go to any directory, I'm going to go to my GotBackup over here. Let's look at some mentoring that we do. And let's look at some I don't know, just here. Let's click on this one over here. And I'm not sure what this file is. Let me just open it very quickly. And then from there, I can actually do some work on that. And what's really, really interesting is I can actually share this file with you and we can both work on it, right? So that's just the PowerPoint that we were working on. So what's happening here, folks, it's just so much fun here. There's so much that we can do here. And here's the last thing I want to share with you is the other thing that you need to focus. Now, we just talked about use this tool and installing it. Now it's the reseller tools. As you can see, we have multiple languages over here. So if you click on that, the reseller tools, it's going to take you to your affiliate links. These are the links that you send to people for them to sign up. So if you send this link, they will sign up immediately. If you send these links over here, these are great for Facebook ads. And as a matter of fact, show up on Saturday because Tammy and I are going to talk about this specific page over here on how to utilize that and how to build your business.
Yeah. So if you haven't signed up yet, get signed up and show up for the training. There will be an email that'll go out to the database for everybody to attend.
Absolutely. And folks, if you have no experience in network marketing, you don't know how to build this business, just pick up this coaching program here. It's awesome. And at the same time here, folks, there's so much here that we can go on and on and on. At the end of the day, folks, listen, it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. It is a service that everyone needs and everyone can afford because everybody has these devices. Every single one of us. I would say almost most people, they may not have a computer, but I assure you they have a cell phone. So that is huge for you. And it gives you an opportunity to start earning US dollars wherever you are in the world, folks. And they have amazing services out there to help you get the money into your bank accounts. Last Saturday, we did a training on how to set that up and everything else. And feel free to go back there. So Tammy, as we end, any last words?
Jump in. If you're just looking at this for the first time, jump in. You're going to enjoy the ride. It's such a huge value when it comes to data storage. Nobody offers that. And again, nobody offers an opportunity out there in our space when it comes to data storage and to earn and to be able to tell other people. Everybody
Awesome.
needs this, especially families too. I get
Awesome.
excited when I see families.
Absolutely, absolutely correct. So, folks, listen, we love you all. We want you to succeed. Let's work this thing. Let's build it strong. Wednesday night is the cutoff date, for the week. And, folks, let's start tomorrow with a brand new week. It's exciting. We're excited. And remember that there's many presentations that are going on from many different leaders. And just pick one and just attend, folks. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening. And bye for now.